Welcome to the Mason Conservation District workshop on how to apply cover crop. My name is Alex and I'm the Evergreen Intern, and in this video we will discuss what cover cropping is and the benefits of applying it in your garden for the late fall and winter seasons, as well as going over how different varieties are used and how to properly get rid of them for the next growing season. Cover crops are plants grown to benefit the soil. They are typically planted during the off-season when main crops aren't being cultivated. Cover crops increase soil fertility while also reducing top erosion, runoff, and soil compaction. These crops help enhance soil structure by adding in organic matter as the plants decompose during the spring. This will help fix nitrogen and other depleted nutrients. Cover cropping is great if your intended goal is to suppress weeds and reduce pests. This is because they dominate the soil's nutrients and sunlight over the weeds, reducing their growing patterns and cycle. They also provide a habitat for beneficial insects that act as predators, helping the pest management for future crops. There are many benefits that come from applying cover crop. These include carbon sequestration, added diversity to help pollinators in future crops, retain moisture from rainfall, and protection from the harsh winter months. It is important to have a proper cover cropping plan before the first freeze. This should be based on what you believe your garden needs during the off-season, whether that be increased organic matter levels, providing weed control, or increasing the soil's level of nutrients. There's a variety of different cover crops used around the world. Based on where you are and what your bed needs, you might try out small grains or grasses to help enrich your soil while breaking up compaction. This is because tall grass root systems create macropores, allowing for more air and water to reach deeper into the compacted soil. These grasses, such as winter ryegrass, barley, and annual ryegrass, are especially great for garden beds, with the biggest threats being topsoil erosion, compaction, and sprouting weeds. These small grains and grasses are easy to maintain while keeping the soil protected for oncoming growing season in the spring. If you are more worried about improving the soil's available nutrients, try out a legume crop to increase the soil's nitrogen production. Nitrogen allows the plants to photosynthesize while also creating the essential proteins for cell development, overall helping with the soil's fertility. Choose from a wide selection of legumes such as crimson clover, Dutch white clover, hairy vetch, and Austrian winter peas. Legumes are perfect for replacing the nitrogen that previous crops may have taken from the soil. On top of these different plants we just went over, there are other methods of covering the soil during the winter months to protect your garden bed. These include adding cardboard, mulch, straw, and compost to the soil. These options are optimal in terms of coverage for their carbon to nitrogen ratio, which will result in better soil fertility and higher nutrient density. Most winter cover crops are planted by mid-October, with the exception of annual ryegrass, which is probably the most cold tolerant. Most other crops should be planted before the first freeze. Late summer through fall is the best time. Now, in terms of application, the first step to apply cover crop is to loosen the soil up with a garden rake. Ensuring soil stimulation will promote growth rates. If your soil is well aerated and broken up already, you only need to loosen it with a garden rake. If your soil is compacted, you'll need to till at least 3 to 4 inches down. And if your soil is full of leftover vegetation, use a hard metal rake to remove it, then smooth out the soil evenly. Next, you will want to spread the seeds evenly. Spread the seeds by hand, just how you would with grass seed. The exact ratio of seed to soil varies between crop types, so follow the instructions on the seed package. After seeds have been dispersed, rake the seeds into the soil to provide protection. Use a garden rake to turn the soil over and give the seeds some soil coverage. After the seeds have been covered, you will want to water the seeds until the first frost. You can water by hand, set up an irrigation system, or just let the rain do the work for you. Once the temperature hits freezing, stop watering and let the plants enter dormancy. Let the plants naturally come out of dormancy and continue growing. Once the frost is over, the seeds will resume growth in the spring. Since cover crops are low maintenance, you can leave them alone until you're ready to plant your new spring crop. Once spring hits, it's time to kill the cover crop once they start growing flowers or seed pods. Before the plants set seed and the top growth gets out of control, you'll need to cut them off at the base. This process should usually occur 3 to 4 weeks before you're ready to plant your new vegetables or flowers. You will get the maximum amount of nutrients out of the cover crop by letting the plant mature as much as possible, but cutting it off before it develops seeds. Let the clippings decompose on the surface for a week before tilling. This will give the plant enough time to act as mulch, releasing nutrients into the soil and enriching it for the next crop. After waiting a week, till the clippings into the soil by flipping and mixing them with a garden fork. Wait another 2 to 3 weeks before planting any vegetables or flowers. After the soil has had some time to recover, it's time for the new crop. Plant your vegetables and fruit as you normally would and expect a great yield from your refreshed, nutrient-rich soil. By integrating cover crops into our farming and gardening practices, we foster healthier ecosystems that support a greater variety of species. Creating more nutrient-dense soil will have a higher yield with future crops, while diversifying and bringing more abundance to your garden. Visit masoncd.org if you have more questions or if you'd like to further get involved in the programs we offer. Join our Cullinan Garden for access to tools, seeds, workshops, and workshop videos such as this one. Thank you so much for watching.